When you're pitching VCs, you know, I think people always assume that you can have a dialogue and not, you know, hey, I'm not raising capital, I'm just talking. But one thing to keep in the back of your mind is when you're in front of a VC, even if you're meeting for coffee, you're pitching. So make sure you have, I think, your stuff dialed in, make sure you're ready, make sure you've prepared. If you are in a pitch at a venture firm, you know, we always are very helpful, and we can be helpful getting the pitch into a place where, you know, VCs, where it's digestible to VCs, you know, 10 to 12 slides where you talk about the, you know, the problem that you're solving and how you're solving it. You're giving the VC a sense that the market opportunity is huge. It's one thing to have a great solution to a problem, but if the market opportunity isn't big enough, or there isn't a potential venture return for a venture guy, then they're not going to be interested in it. So hitting all those things up front, having it be more of a dialogue and less of a pitch, you know, when you're in the pitches, leaving enough time at the end for Q&A. I mean, all those types of things are things that are super important. And, you know, I've got hundreds and hundreds of entrepreneurs that have been through this process, and I've helped them through that process, and just knowing how to do that and getting up the learning curve is super important. The other thing that's super important when you're doing your pitches is, you know, iterating and getting better at every pitch, right? So what we'll do oftentimes, let's say there's 12 VCs that, you know, we've identified are the great sources of capital for this particular business. We won't necessarily roll out and make 12 intros. We might make 3 or 4 intros. Have the entrepreneur go through that, you know, those pitches, and then pick up data and revise and iterate the message, iterate the story, get better, and then go into the second wave and use that knowledge that you've learned from those first pitches to just get better and get sharper and get tighter. So we think about the venture process and fundraising as an iterative process where you're constantly learning, constantly getting better. And then you save maybe 1 or 2 of your, you know, wish list VCs for that last set. And then by that time you're nails and you've got it dialed in, and that's I think how you optimize.